What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have a lot of big news to talk about today and some great plays for tomorrow. NEGG stock is exploding. AMC stock reported earnings. We have some stocks moving off the infrastructure bill, and we have a lot to talk about. Make sure you guys stick around to the end of today's video. We have a special announcement at the end of the video, so definitely stay tuned for that, and let us know what stocks you are watching in the comments down below, and we'll probably cover them in tomorrow's video. But with everything being said, Tom, what happened in the market today?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that happened is the Newegg popped off. You can see they ended up 58.95% at market close. It was a little bit higher there at the end of the day today, but they pretty much popped from $12 in the middle of the day, ran all the way up to $19.85. There's no specific news, but Newegg did recently unveil Newegg Auto, which is going to be the company's expanded automotive storefront with millions of car parts in stock, ready to ship out, kind of like they do with their computer stuff. I'm not sure if this news specifically is helping them run, but they also announced their new Black November sale, which is a pretty cool thing to see. And as we can see here, Newegg sells a lot of computer parts. They announced this Black November sale, and they sell lots of stuff on here. They sell Intel processors, they sell AMD graphics cards, NVIDIA graphics cards. They do a lot of stuff with different companies, kind of like Corsair, like we can see right here with the power supplies and different cooling fans and stuff like that. Overall, Newegg's a pretty good website. And as we get into the holiday season, I would expect Newegg to possibly get a little bit of a boost to the upside. And we've really been seeing Newegg fall off here on the daily chart, Mike. And today seemed like a pretty big turnaround after a few months of just consolidation there.
You know it. So, Tom, the stock was up around 60% today, but the call options on this thing went crazy. So, for the 20 straight calls for this week, they went from $1 on Friday to $394 today. So, if you put $100 into those call options on Friday, they would now be worth over $39,000, which is crazy to see. Like $100 into 39,000. Like, we could see Tom has it pulled up on the chart. Like, that's just insane.
Yeah, that really is. That if anyone played that, that would have been really crazy to see. And you know what? It would be very interesting to see some unusual options with Newegg because, man, if we could have seen if we would have seen like a big player come in and just buy millions and millions of these, this one would be really hard to say it's like not insider trading. Like this was a crazy move to the upside, up 60% like this. And man, I was just really happy to see them kind of pop off. It's been a long time. And I know that this stock was getting pretty hyped up whenever AMC and those other stocks were moving. And we actually had AMC come out with their earnings today. Not too much hype so far, but Newegg had a lot of hype earlier.
Yeah, and like what's weird about this one is like there isn't any major news with it. Like it just kind of started running up out of nowhere, and it's like been like a snowball effect. And if you check out the daily chart, Tom, we could see like in the past this thing went crazy and it went to like highs of like $80 or so.
Yeah, it did. And you can see that it did have a couple of pretty good days following a big update like they had today, actually. So definitely keep it on the radar. I feel like if we're able to break out above $20 tomorrow, that could make for an awesome run. And I actually really like it how they formed a pretty good top up there around 20. This is going to give us a really solid level to break above tomorrow. And if any of you guys are momentum players, this could be a really good momentum play tomorrow.
There we go. And then speaking of AMC, how's their earnings?
It actually ended up not going too well. They had a negative 0.423 estimate. They ended up coming in with a negative 0.44 EPS. The revenue came in at 763.2 million. There was some good news that came out on Thinkorswim though, Mike, that said that AMC Entertainment's October theater admissions revenue was the highest of any month since any month before the global pandemic started. So that's really awesome to see that they're getting some good revenue coming in from their theater admissions. But in the end, their stock isn't moving too well here in after hours. The earnings have been, I would say so far, just kind of middle of the road. The EPS came in just right around expectations, and it just seems like the stock is pretty much unchanged so far.
Here we go. So very interesting there. And then Tom, I know that we have a lot of relatively big earnings coming up. Like what are like some of the major ones for tomorrow?
The big ones are going to be Palantir tomorrow in the morning before market open. I know that's going to be a pretty big one that people are watching. OCGN, which is Ocugen, could also be pretty big, but Palantir is going to be the big one tomorrow before open. And then after close, of course, I'm going to have my eyes on NIO and then Unity, especially Unity lately with all this metaverse news. I feel like some of these metaverse stocks are starting to really pop off today. We actually saw Roblox have a pretty big move to the upside here in after hours on their earnings, and hopefully Unity can move kind of like that.
Yeah, let's take a look at Roblox. I know we were talking about it a little bit before the recording, but I mean, talk about some explosive movement and like you said, Tom, like they're kind of pretty well connected for this potential metaverse. I guess you can say industry's growth. We can say.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't really know too much behind exactly why Roblox is running with all this metaverse news coming out. But in the end, there's a pretty good metaverse ETF, the Round Hill Ball metaverse ETF, ticker META right now. You can see Roblox is actually their third highest holding here at 6.73% on the weighting, which is pretty big for a company like Roblox. You know, it blew my mind that Roblox was weighted higher than Facebook itself, which is the metaverse platform itself, and then Unity. So it blew my mind that it was weighted higher than those two stocks. And we're seeing them kind of run up here. It's just really interesting. And I want everyone to take note how they ran up to $105 in after hours. That's actually a new all-time high for Roblox right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then on top of that, Tom, like I know it seems like we had a bunch of big news so far, but we also had that infrastructure bill passing.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of stuff so far today. There's definitely a lot of stuff coming out. We had lots of stocks moving. BLNK was up 24% with this infrastructure bill news. Same thing with Caterpillar. You know, we've been talking about the infrastructure bill for a few months now, and it finally got passed. And we saw some of these stocks move up pretty large. People have been talking about Caterpillar for quite a while now with this bill. They got a pretty big gap to the upside this morning, which was great to see. Palantir had a pretty big move. Blink and a lot of these EV stocks that are supposed to be getting some of that funding from the bill also had a pretty big uptrend today. So overall, this bill combined with Nvidia, AMD, and these tech stocks doing well just made for a great day in the market overall. We saw lots of stocks running. Like I said, Blink was really leading my watch list today, up 24%.
You know it. So lots of craziness happening in the markets, and volatility is a good thing. And then, of course, there's definitely some big earnings to keep our eyes on for the rest of the week. But let's get right into these momentum plays for tomorrow. And with the first one, we have BLNK to the upside.
Yep, and go ahead and make Blink break out above $40.50. They actually like triple topped up there. So that'll be a really good play for tomorrow.
Sounds good. With the next one, we have Twitter also to the upside.
Yeah, these guys are recovering up pretty well. Go ahead and make them break out above 54.32.
All right, with the last one, we have Redfin also to the upside.
Yeah, let's hope Redfin gets up after those earnings from the other day. Make them break out above $52, or you could say $52.05.
All right, so we are watching these three plays for potential day trades to the upside tomorrow, but only if they break above the levels Tom listed. And now let's get right into the member of the day for today, and that is Jeffrey. So huge shout out, Jeffrey. Thanks for being a great member of the Discord. You've been pretty active lately, and we really appreciate it. So huge shout out to you. Thank you so much for all of your activity within the Discord chat. But let's get right into these comments from the previous video. All right, so we have Holy saying, big wrinkle brain Elon, never bet against him. Every move he makes is 10D chess. Well, you're not wrong. He's been doing a great job over the past couple years, and Tesla stock has just been exploding. But speaking of Tesla, I know that we covered in yesterday's video how he might be dumping some of his shares. Tesla didn't have a good day today.
Yeah, it definitely didn't. We talked about that it might have a little bit of a move downwards, and it gapped down pretty drastically. We ended up closing down 4%. It was down a lot lower in after hours. And, you're right. He is right. Elon is awesome. He's definitely the tendy man, but keep in mind, he does a lot of stuff for himself as well. So one big thing is that with Tesla, or with him coming out and saying that he might sell those shares, of course, it might create a little bit of a short-term downtrend. But what I really like about it is that he really created some good publicity for himself. And I think for Tesla, overall, it didn't seem like too bad of news. And, with all those options he has expiring next year, he almost has to sell some stock now just to have some capital in order to pay those taxes.
No doubt. And like just look at like a max weekly chart of Tesla or like a max daily. It's just crazy to see this type of growth and explosive movement, and it's just awesome to see. So it's good news overall. I know Tesla's selling off a little bit right now, but at the end of the day, it's only down 5% after it just had like a 30 or 40% run up lately. So it's really not too bad.
Yeah, definitely. And even whenever Elon sells 10% of his shares, that still won't be very much compared to the overall market cap of Tesla. So in the end, it might affect it a little bit. Obviously, in the short term, we're seeing a bit of a sell-off, and it does worry me for the next couple of days. But I feel like besides that, over the next week or two, we still might see some more good movement.
There we go. And then with the next comment, we have Sing saying, awesome video. What do you think about SPCE for the long term? So this one I'm kind of like neutral on. It had earnings after the bell, and they were decent, nothing amazing. I definitely like the space industry, you can say, but I just don't know if SPCE is the right stock for me. It's at a pretty decent level right now, and I'm just kind of on the fence with it. So like, I'm not super bullish with it, but at the same time, I'm not bearish. It's just it's on my watch list for now.
Yeah, definitely. And they're a space tourism stock. And, for the longer term, like that's going to be pretty good. I think like they might not obviously crash and burn, but I feel like the stock might do okay. The things I'm really waiting for though are like some type of like space mining companies, or even some of these other space companies like we're seeing like RKLB and ASTR. I feel like those companies actually dealing more with rockets rather than dealing more with like space tourism. I feel like that's kind of cool. Definitely waiting for more companies to come out though. I feel like over the next 5 to 10 years, space is going to have a big boom. So definitely watch out for more companies coming out. I'm sure you'll see lots of new IPOs.
Yeah, like even Elon Musk's space company. I feel like that'll be a huge one.
Man, whenever that one comes out, SpaceX, that's going to be crazy. I know Tesla is already crazy. Can you imagine like the first day of that one? I feel like we might see like a Coinbase on steroids or something. Like we saw Coinbase have a crazy move up and then a move back down. Like, man, I feel like SpaceX would get so volatile.
You know it. So, guys, we have a great announcement to the channel. So, over like the past year, we've been getting a lot of requests about like an advanced options program, and we finally have one released. As of today, we are releasing a brand new program. It's definitely not cheap, and it's definitely not for everyone. But it's a hell of a deal. Truly, we dedicated a lot of time into this program. We cover a lot of advanced strategies, real ways to follow the smart money, advanced hedging ways, and just a lot of the lessons I've learned over the years. We cover a lot of great info in this program, and we're doing like a special initial release deal with it. Definitely check it out in the first link in the description down below and the comments. This program will be limited though, so like as we know with like some of our other algorithms and like our options alerts, an unlimited amount of people can join those. But for this program, the enrollment will be limited because when you sign up, you have direct one-on-one access to me. You could basically text me through Discord whenever you like and ask me basically anything. So this program, we put a ton of work into it. There is a ton of great information covered in this program that is not covered on YouTube. A lot of advanced strategies and a lot of really important lessons that make all the difference between options traders who make money and options traders who fail. So definitely check it out. Like I said, it's definitely not cheap and it's not for everyone, but we are doing a huge sale right now. It's going to last a couple days and enrollment will be limited. So definitely check it out. It's a great deal. But with that being said, Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or anything you are watching for the rest of the week?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes on NIO tomorrow ahead of those earnings. This stock has been on fire. Another one that I just had to mention is Lucid Motors. They continued their uptrend today. Man, on the daily chart, Lucid is starting to explode. I'm really glad to finally see an EV company doing pretty well. You know, I know Tesla's done good. Ford and GM have obviously done good, but those companies were already established. It's really cool to me to see Lucid doing so good like this. I think it's awesome to see another competitor of Tesla starting to get some nice action here. And they do have earnings coming up as well, but definitely keep my eyes on Lucid. I've really been keeping my eyes on PayPal. They also had earnings come out today. You can see their stock is all over here in after hours, but whenever you look at their stock on the daily chart, they are here right around support. I feel like they're a pretty good longer term pickup here, and the earnings weren't bad. So I feel like it could be a pretty good pickup right here for even for the next couple of weeks.
Here we go. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you do want to join that advanced options program, sooner the better. Enrollment will fill up very quickly. Like I said, the enrollment will be limited, and it's a great deal, and we have a special running for the next couple days. So definitely check it out. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching.